I know I ran through vocabulary building very quickly in our last little video, and that was because my 10 minutes were just about up. So if you just replay that previous one if necessary in order to get all that information. Again, if you're watching these videos are not a replacement for actually being in classroom. A lot more description, a lot more discussion, a lot more talk on these things. These videos are quite simply for review and for those individuals who happen to miss class so they can get some of the information. I want to move on to other types of reading. So far I've talked about a difference between reading fiction and reading textbooks. Our author of our textbook talks about two other types of reading. The next reading she talks about is called technical reading. Now, technical reading is reading all the charts, the diagrams, the graphs, that sort of stuff that's in the book. And you're going to have quite a bit of technical reading coming on. That all of those charts and diagrams, they cost the publisher more money to actually put in that textbook. The author has had to justify each and every chart, each and every diagram, all those graphs in there. They're in there for a reason. So when you come across those charts and diagrams, really pay attention to them, read them. If you can read and understand those charts and diagrams, you can just kind of skim through the words that are around it, because those charts give you lots and lots of information. And the next type of reading is reading forms. Now, reading forms falls into three steps. The first step is to read the form first. Before you do any filling out, before you write anything in that form, read the entire form. And then you fill out the form. And you read it before you fill it out to be sure that you know where everything goes, where your name goes and your address goes, so it's not separate blocks for all the different stuff. So be sure to read the form and then fill the form out. Once the form has been filled out, you reread it. Now, if it's an important form, like a job application, you might want to see if you can get 2 copies of the form. Get the 2 copies of the form. That way, if you make a mistake on one form, you can continue filling out that form, and then once the form with the mistakes are filled out, you can transfer it mistake-free onto the form without any mistakes whatsoever, and turn that one as necessary. Through the last 3 videos, talked about active reading and active reading strategies and those reading systems. That 5-part system is the one I use. It's very easy to use. Be able to cover lots and lots of material. Remember, you are going to have to read in 4 weeks what students at other schools read in 12 or 16 weeks. And yes, as college students, you are going to have to read. When your instructor assigns you, 6 chapters of reading by Monday, think back to this section of the class, and this is how you get through all of those readings.